snails. Boat snails, in fact. My beautiful airship has been infested with slimy snail goo. Look at these little guys crawling all over my boat up here. They can't even walk in a straight line. Now, I don't know the lore of these snails or what they're up to, but I've been informed that they like to eat things and devour things. What's gonna happen to my boat? Are they gonna eat my boat? And look at this. They came in through the nether portal. They gooped the place up. They climbed up here. They climbed up there, all the way up to the top. And the boat has tentacles on it now. Of course. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the snails. I mean, I needed a masthead for the boat. It's a little on the small side, but it'll do. It'll do, a little squiggly guy. So welcome back to Hermitcraft and 1.21, where it seems to rain all, and I mean all, the time. I gotta say, I am incredibly excited for today, because today we're gonna do the thing that we do best. I mean, don't get me wrong, I had a great time building this airship. I am incredibly happy with how it turned out. We still gotta do some interior down here. Our factory is mostly done. I'm very excited to build the outside of it as well. We got a lot of things going on here. But I mean, let's face it, guys. If there is one thing I enjoy doing in this game more than anything else, it's making my own games in Minecraft, and that is exactly what we're gonna do today. Yeah, I'm so excited to make a game. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take this yellow flower and I'm gonna throw it. That's right. That's how excited I am. Hang on, I've got mail. How long have I had mail? I got mail. I should put like a light or something that like lets me know when the mail's here, like a nice indicator of some kind. We got what do we got? This is Bill Swift. Oh, that's right. Yeah, this is Impulse. I think he was getting. How long have I had this? Wow, I gotta pay attention to my mail. He sent me these Swift Sneaks like a while ago, so I got two Swift Sneaks 2, and I got a Swift Sneak 1. I think it's time to upgrade. Is it going to let me upgrade 11? We're doing it. I mean, I know I should wait for Swift Sneak. I can't say Swift Sneak. Swift Sneak 3, but that's not gonna happen. So we're going to bam. All right, Skiz called me over. Something about he wants to borrow a bunch or steal, acquire. He wants me to lend him a bunch of cobwebs, I believe, or something. Ow! Are you invisible? Your butt. Wind elsewhere. Where is he? Where is he? Oh. Quit farting on me! Oh my gosh! What? Those things go so far! I had no idea the range on those. I was like, I don't see him. He's not here. And they're coming from like a mile away.
Here, take these. Watch. Do it to me, dude. They're so
doodle. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Ready? Oh. Oh! Oh, that is fun. Dude, it's like throwing like discus, kind of like.
Yes.
Pew, pew, pew.
Dude,
that's awesome.
Tango, I want you to see how my avatar's not moving. It's because my hands are off the keyboard and mouse because I'm holding them together in a praying thing. Please join me to make some sort of game with this. Dude.
Oh, absolutely. This sounds amazing. Anything with new physics is fantastic.
Yeah.
Woo.
Okay.
Woo.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So now it's time
Who
for me
needs
to test
rockets?
again.
Yeah.
All right. Take one and look straight down and do it. Look straight down and do it.
Well, yeah, I think you got to jump first and then hit it, or
no, you don't. You don't have to jump at all.
Just hit it.
Yep.
Okay. Right. So that's a little bit.
What works for everybody except for Skids.
Get the lead out, man. Come on. What's the run?
Well, it's because I'm too fat. I got to take off my clothes and then it works.
What are your booties? What boots do you have? Is it something? It's the pants. Does the pants have blast protection or knockback resistance?
They have blast. They have blast. Okay, it is the pants.
Yeah, it's the pantalones.
It's the pantalones.
Hey, come here.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How's that work? How's that work for you?
You are the man. Thank you, dude.
Yeah, I got a little cobweb farm. It's like in the process of working, but I gotta go work on it and make it a little bit better still.
Dude, when I was lighting you up from way over there, your avatar was the most confused I've ever seen.
I would have sworn you were like invisible because I didn't think those things had a range of 469,000 blocks. I thought you were like 20 blocks away going, tee, pew, 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 pew. And no, you're just like off in the next county, just like
yes.
sniping me.
I straight up, no jokes, dude. I learned that on accident in creative.
How far will they go? I want you to shoot me from the blimp.
Okay.
Go to the blimp, shoot me from there.
Okay, where I can't see.
Dude, it's outside render distance. Like, I think these things just travel forever. All right, hit me from there. Hit me from there.
Okay. All right.
Oh, here it goes. So they go forever, basically. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. And don't they look cool when they're flying at you?
They do. They're like little flying discs. Oh, these are amazing. Yeah. What a great little addition to the game. Yeah. I might be able to make hockey out of this now.
Ooh, hockey.
I've been thinking of trying to make a hockey game, and now I can use the wind charges to blast the puck around.
Okay, I want to see if I can open like a trap door or something.
Well, it manipulates all the redstone. Like you can push buttons with it and stuff like that. And yeah, I think it'll flip trap doors.
Look, it opened my door.
Yeah, I know. How cool is that? Never open a door again in your life. Just be like, I command thee to open.
Let's see if it closes it.
Yeah, hit it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Hello. Yeah.
Will it knock that book off?
No.
Let me see. It knocked the book off.
Oh, that's the best way to troll. Usually I just go in impulse of storage room and be like, bing, 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 bing.
Oh, God, that's so messed up. Oh, stay out of this room.
I can't wait. Oh, yeah, it works in here, too. Alrighty, we'll find a game together for sure.
Love it. Yeah, I'm going to keep thinking you think this could be a really, really fun
100%. Oh, by the way, you have some poop from Impulse on your wall there. And speaking of Cobweb Farms, we've got this guy right here. This is, believe it or not, a Cobweb Farm. I designed and built in a live stream earlier this week, last week, I don't even remember when now. It basically uses all the 1.21 new potion effects with, what is it, infested and weaving. Let me show you how it works. Okay, in free cam here, and I gotta admit this thing is a little janky. I designed it in a stream, and it's basically a semi-working prototype, but we're gonna see if we can get it working a little bit better here. But the idea here is we've got some trapped allays up there, and when I pull that lever right there, it pushes the block down and it squishes their little tiny faces. Oh, and yeah, this farm might seem a little bit cruel. Normally I'm not that much of an evil guy. Normally. So allays have really, really high regeneration. So even when their tiny faces are being smashed in and they're taking damage over and over and over, they never die because they just regenerate through it. We have a dispenser here that is filled with the potions of infestation, something like that. Basically it splashes them with that, and every time they get hit, they kind of poop out a silverfish, and it falls down into the water stream here, down there, and down here, and they sit on top of this fence gate and collect there. The vines are there to stop entity cramming. So we're getting like 50 or 100, I don't know, we'll see. We're gonna get a bunch of silverfish sitting there, and then every so often, like every minute and a half or so, we've got another dispenser here that splashes all the silverfish with the potion effect of weaving. And weaving is a new 1.21 feature that when that creature dies, it kind of poofs cobwebs everywhere. So we let those guys fall down there, they fall down to this thing, and then all this right here is basically just a minecart loop that picks them up, picks one up from there, brings it over here, drops them onto the trap door there, which a split second later opens up, and they fall down here, land on the slab here, and die, and basically make their little webs here in the 5 blocks that you can see right there that are webified. And up top here we've got a hopper clock that like coordinates the whole thing and gives a nice like minute and a half rhythm to it. This is all an auto brewer here that automatically rebrews the potion of infestation on demand as we run short. Pretty cool stuff. I don't have that over here yet for the weaving ones, but we'll add that eventually. And down on the bottom, all I gotta do is stand on this slab on my, well, I call this my B-dub slab, you know what I'm saying? I just stand here and hold down, and I look down all 5 of those blocks. That's why we set it up in this pattern here, because this is like the most blocks I can see through without having to move my mouse, and I just hold down left click and constantly shear. By the time I get those webs, that 5th web, generally each one's gonna like drop 2 or 3, but wherever they drop them in this 5 area here, I'll be able to harvest them. They go through the mud into the hopper and get picked up, and then another silverfish is being dropped down right after that for more cobwebs. Okay, so let's fire this thing up and see where we're at here. You can hear the allay in there being squishificated. I'm going to stand on my B-dub step here, and then we're going to check it out. Eventually... Okay, so they haven't been splashed with the potion yet. They're just taking damage. We gotta wait for the clock to go through like one little cycle first. But as soon as they do, or as soon as it does, it should splash them, and we should start seeing the silverfish spraying down here pretty good. Oh, there it goes. Okay, and immediately the silverfish start falling out. I mean, we're getting like 3 or 4 a second, it looks like. Maybe 2 or 3, and they're falling down. Okay, they're collecting in the vines there now. So I mean, at the rate they're coming in here, we're gonna get hundreds or so. In a couple seconds, this should splash them with weaving and drop them. And I put these walls here to widen the area a little bit to avoid entity cramming down here, because I can't use vines or ladders because then they don't have a collision box and the minecart won't pick them up. But this, I'm hoping, will widen the area enough where they can't fall out, but we should be able to get like 1 in each of the 4 corners, so it should significantly increase the amount we can put in there before entity cramming happens. Let's see when that gate opens what happens. Okay, we currently have 170 silverfish in there. I think I might need to kill some of the allay. Okay, there they go. They fall down, and it's working. Okay. Okay, cobwebs are being played. Let me see how fast it is, what the rates are like now. Oh, this might be amazing right here. I gotta replace that back block there with obsidian, otherwise I will punch through it. Okay. It's interesting that the webs appear like almost a full second after they die. I think that's because mobs go through like a dying sequence where they're actually dead, but not really yet. It's only until they like are finally removed from the game where it actually applies the weaving effect and puts the cobwebs down. I feel like a lot of times they're not making the webs. That guy had no webs. No webs. No webs. What's happening here? Web harder. I feel like they don't all have the effect, maybe? The effect should last 3 minutes, so that should be plenty. Oh, well, why is the trapdoor? They're all just falling through right now. Oh, because I'm an idiot. That's why. The pressure plate is keeping the gate open so they're not collecting it all. Okay, we turn it off, and let's do a little bit of surgery here. Okay, there we go. I kicked it back on, and the 2 changes I made is I raised the fence gate 1 block. We may have a little bit like suboptimal coverage on the splash potion, but I don't think that's really gonna matter too much. And I quickened up the minecart loop so it'll send minecarts faster and thus drop them quicker down there. Since we're gonna have obviously 180 or so of these things to go through, we might as well start tearing through them quick here. We'll see. And splash, and you didn't drop because I moved it into a spot that won't power the thing. Oh, I'm awesome at this game. All right, you know what? I mean, I use it for a few minutes here, and it's got some serious flaws, but I mean, what was that? 8, almost 9 stacks of cobwebs in, I think it was maybe 15 minutes or so. And that was with me stopping and fixing things and everything. So with a few tweaks, this thing could absolutely crank. Oh, look, it's raining again. All right, it is game time. Time to start working on our game. And for that, we got to head over to the gaming district, which, for those who don't know it, it's down here kind of like south past Cubs, and over here, like right there, is the gaming district, right? Like, it's not far. There's my base. There's my starter base. Here's Cubs base. Gaming district is right over here. Now, the game we're going to start today, and I stress start because this is going to be kind of a big game. I mean, it's not going to be any decked out or anything else like that, but it is going to be probably 2 episodes, maybe 3, depending on how things go. I've dug out a little hole. This isn't nearly big enough. It's going to have to get bigger, I'm sure. But the game we're going to start working on today is one I've been very inspired and excited to make for quite some time. Even since last season, I think I've been hinting at it. It's going to be another kind of remake of a game that I enjoy. How many of you have heard of or played a game called Overcooked? Or a game called PlateUp, which I've played a ton of on this channel with various friends and had absolutely loved the game? Well, that is what we're making today and in the coming weeks is basically PlateUp in Minecraft. Now, for those of you that don't know, PlateUp is a restaurant simulator where customers come into your restaurant and you have to feed them the food, the order that they are requesting in a certain amount of time before their patience runs out. And if you don't feed them in time, they leave and you lose the game. Now, what makes the game great is that it's just perfect to play with a friend. It is a great 2-player, 3-player, 4-player game. You can play solo as well, but it really shines multiplayer, and that's what we're going to be focusing on here is probably the 2-player version. You will be able to play this single player, and you'll probably be able to play it 3 players. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe even 4. I don't know. But I'm really focusing in on the 2-player experience right now. So bear in mind that everything you see today is probably going to get ripped down. The goal of today is really not to make anything functional. It's to show you guys and explain what this version of PlateUp is going to be and how it's going to play. This is a very, very rough map, I guess you could say, of our restaurant. We have the fancy section over here where the customers are going to come in. I'll show you how that works in a second. We have the kitchen area here where you do all your baking and crafting of the foods that they're requesting. And then in the back, which will get even bigger, I ran out of grass, it's going to have it's going to be like your farm area where you have to go get the supplies to make the food to feed the customers. So we're gonna need some tables. I think 9 will do. Let's see, there we go. 9 tables to make them a little fancy on top here. I'm basically saying that we're never gonna have more than 9 customers in the place at once, and honestly, that seems extreme. I think like even juggling 3 or 4 customers at once is probably going to be challenging. Now, the customers are going to pop up under these or through these trap doors here. So they're gonna trapdoor will open up. Whoop. Customer will pop up on an armor stand and they'll sit there, and the customers, let's see, we're gonna make our first customer here. All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna dress them. Now they're all gonna be dressed up randomly in like different colored pants and everything, different heads. We'll have different hermit heads on them, everything. You're crooked. So every customer will be different basically, and they'll be able to say like, you know, Tango wants bread, or you know, Mumbo wants pumpkin pie, that kind of thing. Let's see, we'll do show arms. We're gonna make heavy use of the armor stand mod here. This is gonna be cool. Watch this. Check this out. Sitting, apply. Boop. Look at them. They're just sitting at the table waiting for their order. I absolutely love it. And I'm hoping to have lots of sound effects. So like when a new customer enters the restaurant, it's like yoo, something like that. I don't know. As they appear to give you attention, like, oh, there's someone new. Now, if you want to, at first, you won't know what their order is. Okay. So what we're gonna do, if I can pull this off, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. It's all theoretical right now. But the idea is you walk over here and you stand on this pressure plate for like 5 seconds, and then his order will become visible like so, okay? Because I actually talked to the author of the armor stand mod, and he's gonna add the feature, I think, where you can, through armor stand animation system, you can toggle whether the name is visible or not. And this will be good for a lot of other things on the server too, to be able to hide these. But for this one, I think it's gonna be great. So like a customer will come in, you won't know what it is. You'll be like, sir, what can I get your order? And then eventually they'll say, cooked chicken. I'm like, okay, cooked chicken. And we gotta run to the back, and we're like, all right, I'll get the chicken, I'll get the meat from the thing, and then whatever, and then we'll cook it, and then it's all gonna be like vanilla Minecraft recipes and stuff, but I'll get into that in a second. Eventually, once you get your cooked chicken, you just simply come up to him, put it in his hand because he's all ready to go, and then there'll be a button, well, like on the wall back here, probably somewhere. Imagine that was a little bit higher. Anyways, there'll be a button on the wall back there, and I just go boop and press the button, and he just goes whoop, and he falls, well, a little bit farther than that. But the important thing is there'll be a timer for each customer. Now, I don't know how I'm gonna display the remaining time for each customer. I'm thinking something with like another invisible armor stand that has some kind of like, I don't know, some phases, or like, you know, low, medium, high symbol on the table or something. We'll see if I can get that working. I don't know. But if you do all this before the time runs out and you bonk the guy with the correct food, it's going to break the armor stand. It's going to sort through the items. It's going to recycle his armor stand, all this thing. But more importantly, it's going to decide, did they give this armor stand, which says cooked chicken, a piece of cooked chicken? And the important thing with all this is if you do not feed your customer in time, or if you feed him incorrectly, you you lose. One mistake and the game is over. And there are some basic rules to the game. You cannot use your basic 2x2 built-in crafter here. You cannot put anything into your offhand, and you must fill up all the slots in your inventory except one with some kind of bogus item. I'll probably make something special for this game or something, but basically you have one slot, one inventory slot to play this game with, and that is what's going to make it difficult. We're going to have two processors, I guess you could call them. We're going to have the furnace and the crafter, okay? Because obviously all the things that the customers are going to be making are either going to be cooked or crafted, but these are not going to be normal furnaces and crafters. They're both going to be a little bit special to fit the game. The crafter is going to have some redstone associated to it, and you're going to be able to put whatever you want in here and hit this button up here to craft the things inside of it. The catch is the time it takes to craft something is going to be dependent upon how many items are in that recipe. So if it's wheat, there'll be like 3 units, right? Because there's 3. If it's bread, I mean, there'll be 3 units of wheat. So, and I'm thinking every unit is going to take maybe 3 seconds or something like that. Again, to add more time and to try and get you to get the players to multitask, you want to come over here, put the thing in, hit the button, and of course a sound effect will start making a whatever, but you're gonna be like, oh, that's gonna take 12 seconds. I'll go over here and I'll start the next thing over here, right? And then ding, you hear a sound and you know it's done, and you come back and you can pick it up. Furnace is also going to be a little bit special in that it'll cook whatever you want. I'm probably going to provide the fuel for you, probably sticks automatically, but the catch with the furnace is it can burn food, just like in the game PlateUp, right? If you come over here and you throw in your I don't have any, but you throw in your raw pork chops and you walk away because you know it takes 10 seconds to cook a pork chop, but if you leave it there too long, it'll burn the pork chops and it'll take it away from you. And I'm thinking when something burns, we'll have a custom sound effect and something like, you know, like, the steam will come up and you're just like, oh, I lost that thing because I didn't get it fast enough. Or, you know, the reaction time is going to be great. You're going to have to time manage a lot of things and keep a mental clock in your head. Like, oh, how long does that pork chop have before it burns? And you got to go back and pick it up before it steals it from you. Now, back in the farm area, there's going to be obviously a way to get a lot of raw resources. I'm going to decorate this and it'll probably be much bigger and not so simple shaped and everything. But there's going to be a lot of things back here. Like you can grow wheat and beetroots and potatoes and carrots using bone meal. There's going to be like a way to get honey. There's going to be a well where you can go in and get water. There'll be a cow to milk and a way to get eggs and just all kinds of resources back here that you're going to use to craft the foods that the customers want. And for meat, instead of having you like go in the back and actually kill an animal, which means I have to like replenish the animals all the time and it would just get to be a pain. Instead, we're going to have a freezer here, which is going to look something like this. You can come in here and there'll be like, let's see, there'll be buttons like right here or something. Probably not right there, maybe somewhere else, but you hit the button and the appropriate meat will come out. You'll get raw cod, raw chicken, or raw pork chop power, and it'll pop out. Now, obviously, you don't want to stay in here too long because it starts to get very cold. You start to take damage and you're out. Honestly, there's like so many more little ideas I want to share with you guys, but one of the ones I'm really excited about is the idea of like levels or templates or which map you want to play on. So the idea is there'll be some kind of like anteroom where you go in and you can choose which floor design you want to play on. Like the final area you play in isn't going to be just a big open room like this. There's going to be like walls everywhere that the player has to navigate around, right? And this is a per gameplay decision, right? There might be a wall here, and it might, this is obviously ridiculous what I'm setting up here, but you get the idea of like, there's going to be walls that kind of like block your path. Maybe there's a door right here to get into the serving area, okay? But all of this like bamboo stuff here will be torn down between each gameplay and maybe configured in a different way to give the players all kinds of different challenges. And I think it'll only take like 2 or 3 minutes to set up at most, and you get a completely different experience based on how this is all laid out, and it's going to very much change the difficulty as well. Another idea that I am incredibly excited about is the idea of rats. Yeah, that's right. We've got a vermin problem. So the players are only going to have one slot to carry items around, which means there's going to be a lot of times where they got an item and they're like, oh, I want to get that item, and blah, and they're going to have to just like get rid of the item that they have. So it's going to be very tempting to just like, yeah, get rid of that, pick up the thing and do the thing. If they do that too much though, that's bad because that is trash on the ground. And our rats that we have here, they just love stealing trash. There's going to be mine carts that go underneath all of this entire place. All of them, everywhere everywhere there's floor. In the serving area, the kitchen area, the farm, there's going to be mine carts going up, picking up items on the ground. Not constantly, but just enough to make you not want to throw items on the ground because you might lose them. And of course, if enough rats steal your trash on the ground, well, it just brings in more rats. And what that means is we're going to have drop areas on the ceiling where rats fall in. And of course, by that, I mean silverfish. Now that we can spawn silverfish on demand, as we just demonstrated with 1.21, they're going to make perfect rats in our restaurant. And the players, I mean, they're not going to have any armor or anything. So a rat could be a threat. Now, of course, on the wall will be a broom, which will probably just be a wooden sword retextured, but they can go over and pick up that broom and deal with the rat if they need to. But of course, that's more time juggling, more multitasking, and more, descheduling, and they just forgot what they were doing now because they got a rat chasing them around the restaurant. It's going to be hilarious. So we just learned that the players can make mess, they can make trash, and they can summon rats if they're too messy, but the customers, they also make a mess as well too. And what we're going to do with that is, again, another 1.21 feature. We are going to drop more silverfish, but this time they're going to die on impact, but they are going to have the weaving effect, and they're going to drop or spread cobwebs, as you just saw us demonstrate on the Cobweb Farm. Cobwebs are going to start appearing on the map as like trash in the customer area. And again, you can't really punch cobwebs, so you're going to have to come over and get your trusty broom and clean up the cobwebs. It's like to keep your restaurant clean. I love it. Inevitably, the player is going to have items that they don't want, and that is where the trash can comes in right here. This is what a trash can is going to look like. You can simply put whatever you want in that trash can, and a hopper will pull it out right away. And the little light will turn on here. I don't have any redstone in, but the light will turn on, letting you know that the trash can needs to be emptied. Now, to empty the trash can, you have to come over here, and this is just, I don't know what I'm thinking so far, is you have to press the button probably 5 times in the course of maybe 20 seconds. I don't know, something like that, to empty the trash, and there'll be a little sound that plays, and all the trash that was in there will be kind of flushed away. But if you don't, and you leave the trash in there, maybe dependent on the level of trash that's in there, maybe you can only have 5 slots in the trash can, something like that. I don't know. But if your trash is full and you neglect it, you won't be able to put more trash in, but also it summons more rats. All right, so what's on the menu? We serve a lot of things here at this restaurant. We have water bottles for beverages, cooked pork chop, cooked chicken, cooked cod, baked potato, pumpkin pie, milk, cookies, bread, melons, glistening melon, golden carrots, beetroot soup, and cake. Some of these things are rather easy, and some of them are very difficult. I'm going to be juggling what slot the customer arrives in, but also what they are ordering. So there'll be kind of like banks of like, these are easy foods, these are difficult foods. I'm not going to throw, cake or beetroot soup at them at the first level right away. Like, that's going to be a higher tier thing, but it's going to be highly randomized so that they don't know what's going to be coming. Round 1, maybe just like, maybe some bread and maybe some baked potatoes and things like that. And then like while you get to the higher end, you get to the beetroot soups, the golden carrots, the cake, more complicated things like that. They're going to take more steps and more resource acquisition. Honestly, what I'm shooting for is chaos. I want utter chaos. I want frantic gameplay that requires coordination. What I don't want is like one person to be like, I'll get the bread, and they go off and make the bread, and the other player is like, I'll get the whatever, the baked potato, and they go off and do that. I want the players to be like, I'll get the wheat, and they have to, because of the way the level is designed, it's more efficient for them to like throw the wheat at the player, and they pick it up and they throw it in the furnace and cook it, because like coordination, that's what we need, is like one meal or one food product. I want to have multiple people have their hands in making it. I think that's the goal. Now for scoring, I'm honestly not quite sure yet. It's probably going to be based on just how many customers you serve, maybe just 1 point per customer. I don't know, something like that probably makes sense. But one of the things I want to do though is give the player like a currency. Maybe emeralds, maybe some kind of coin or something. I'm not sure. And then I'm thinking, and this might be starting to get too advanced, I may have to cut this, but I'm liking the idea of breaking it, just like the regular game PlateUp is broken up into days. You have to serve a certain amount of people for that day, and then the game pauses and you get a chance to like choose upgrades and things like that. I think it would be great to take some of the money and maybe buy upgrades for your kitchen. You know, maybe you buy, you know, you can make your crafter craft twice as fast, or maybe trash is automatically cleared from your garbage can. You don't have to clear your garbage can anymore. Things like that. If I design it right, I can put the hooks into the redstone so that if they buy that upgrade, it just automatically turns on. I think that would be great. But there could also be like disadvantages there, or I don't even know what you would call them, like bad things, right? That would happen to you. Like maybe some of the things each round you get is like more rats or more trash or slower furnace, or right, something in the farm area is busted or something. I don't know. Things like that could really like spice it up and keep each game interesting. I mean, honestly, if you can't tell, I'm incredibly excited about this game. Just having customers pop up, all the sound effects and everything, it's gonna take a lot of work, but I mean, I've already got a decent amount of the redstone planned out and figured out. It's gonna take some time though. I could keep talking about the game forever, but I think for today we'll leave it there, and I want to hear your feedback, some ideas you guys might have. If you foresee a problem, I mean, trust me, I probably already thought about it. For instance, there's not going to be any counters in the game for people to throw their trash on. It's just going to be the floor and the walls, so that, you know, you might want to buy item frames, and that could be like a counter. You know, you could like put your item in the item frame to hold it for you instead of the minecarts or the rats instead of the rats picking up your trash on the floor. But yeah, got a lot to do and a lot to plan, but I want to hear your guys' feedback and ideas. And we also need a name for this game. I don't want to just call it PlateUp or Overcooked or whatever. That's cheap. We got to do something better, something Minecrafty. I don't know. Give me your ideas in the comments. All right, then, I have got my work cut out for me for sure. I've got a lot of things I got to do, and we're going to take care of it all next episode. Like a ton of redstone needs to be done. I got to design the level and get the shape done and everything. Got to figure out what the front. We got a lot of things to do here. And you know what? This is a good thing. The gaming district here is starting to come alive. There's like 4 or 5 games underway here or finished that I know of, and things are starting to look good. I want this area to grow. So as the sun sets, I will bid you adieu and see you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care.